That's the next question. We already have a couple of folks we know of, Bill and Arnie, who have done grant writing. If you've done grant writing in the past, get with them, because we're probably gonna need to form up a team to write the grant, make sure we say the right words. There are a couple of portions of the ARRL club grants and the ARDC grants. They're asking for lack of a better word, what social impact will this project have? And we would have to word that very carefully. We already know a couple of grants have gone through successfully, so we'll probably use those as templates. So when you hear about these projects, if you have any ideas for possible projects, let those folks know, because this money's out there. It's just sitting there waiting for somebody to come out and apply for it and getting awarded.
Doug?
Yep.
Don't sit down.
Huh?
Don't sit down.
Okay.
Next topic, Route 66 on the air.
Really? Okay. Route 66 on the air is coming up in September, the 10th through the 18th. We'll have more information out about registration. Pretty much the same as last year. You register for a 2-hour block based on date, time, band, and mode. If you're gonna do a mobile station, we've had folks go out to, you can't go in the round barn, but you can park across the street from it.
If I may jump in and interrupt.
Yeah.
How many people don't know about Route 66 on the air? I expected hands. Oh, just one. Okay. Route 66 on the air happens every year, normally the first or second week of September. They have anywhere from 24 to 29 stations operating along Route 66, from Long Beach, California to just north of Chicago, Illinois. Route 66 runs through Oklahoma, comes almost along the I-40 line, and at Oklahoma City it goes up towards the Tulsa area through Claremore and into Kansas and then Missouri. Whiskey 6 Kilo is traditionally the call sign for Route 66 for Oklahoma City. I am the custodian this year for Whiskey 6 Kilo. I operate a database and I ask for volunteers to help operate, as Tom said, in 2-hour blocks. Any band, any mode, just pre-register it or call me when you're ready to get on. Hopefully we will get everybody, at least one operator every day. We haven't been that successful for a few years, but hopefully this year we can get it out more. Any questions on what I shared so far? Go.
Last year we had, I think it was 2,500 contacts.
Yeah.
Really good year last year. If you're gonna operate mobile, like I said, you can start out at the Round Barn in Acadia, come down to Pops, come down through Route 66 through the city. There are 2 locations in the city that you might want to consider if you're operating mobile. One is the Oklahoma History Center up by the state capitol. The other is the Cowboy Hall of Fame. I know it's the Western Museum of da-da-da-da-da, whatever. So I'm going to be taking these 2 folders up to those locations, coordinating with them, and making sure they understand we don't want to come inside to operate. Mobile pulls into the parking lot during regular business hours, operates from the parking lot, and then presses on. So if you are interested in Route 66 on the air, you can go to the Citrus Belt Amateur Radio Club, and they're the ones that sponsor the entire event. And you can get information about it. We're going to be putting out some announcements over the next week, explaining the event and answering any questions, and we will have instructions later on as to how to register as a Route 66 on the air station. Okay.
And if you're not interested in operating but do want to play in Route 66, that Citrus Belt site has a 1-page, very well done. You can download it and it has the call signs, the locations, and then if you choose to use it as a log, you can, because it's got a time and a frequency and all that stuff. But it's a really good check sheet if you're just going to play in it and try to get them all.
How many stations are set up for this year?
I think they're doing 29.
29.
2 rovers and the rest are stationary from what I understand. This is a fun thing to do. The very first time I called CQ on HF, I was an operator for Route 66 on the air. Mark Hamlin had let me use the call sign for about 4 hours. I got over 300 contacts in 2 hours.
Wow.
Okay, and I was an extra and had never called CQ before. So, anybody, if I can do that, anybody else can do it. Yes, sir.
If you've never you're an operator, some of the new folks and whatnot, keep this in mind. If you've never operated as, I'm gonna say DX, you are the person they want to talk to.
They'll pile up.
This will become
Training
pile up
ground.
city, okay? Depending on how badly you want it. I want to make one super comment. You, the operator who is DX, must control the pileup. If somebody gets out there and starts being a nerd, blurb, or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to keep it clean. You have to lay down the law. And if it becomes bad enough, spin the dial. Because if you do not control the pileup, you will stop operating and become a recipient of whatever.
I had 2 elderly gentlemen from the sound of their voice have their call signs written on a card that I keep in my Radio Shack. They helped me. They acted as traffic control for me when I did this because I got overwhelmed.
Right.
So,
It's like drinking from a fire hose.
Well, yes. The best analogy I can think of for the common person is you are in a classroom or an event and you have 300 kids trying to get your attention